Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video show from Dr. Bruce Shelton here at Valley Integrative Physicians in Phoenix, Arizona. Today is Sunday, June the 27th. This is the first video I've made in several months about something very exciting that we want to talk to you about, as it involves blood diseases and a way to look at them in a way I've never known about it before. As you know, I work for Deseret Biologicals, and one of the claims to fame that Deseret has are series kits. These little boxes that have as many as 10 little vials in them. This one I'm holding up right now is one of DesBio's food kits. But the original DesBio series kits were homeopathic preparations designed to neutralize the immune reactions against certain types of infections. For instance, we have a herpes series kit, we have an Epstein-Barr virus series kit, we have a Coxsackie series kit, we have a hepatitis series kit, we have a Borrelia series kit for Lyme disease, valley fever, condylomata for warts, brucella for fibromyalgia. Now, the theory behind the series kits goes back several years ago. What they actually are boxes that have 10 little vials of homeopathic no-so dilutions of the different substances. And all of them are a 200x dilution, a 100x, a 60x, a 30x, a 15, a 12, a 10, an 8, a 6, and a last 6x dilution. And the way to take these little boxes is you take one of the vials every third day, so it takes a month to go through all 10 vials that are in the box. And then when you get to the end of the first month, the theory is that you take these in series. So you start with a 200x dilution and go down that cascade all the way to the last dilution, which is 6x. So theoretically, you are washing that particular immune problem out of the body. And then when you get to the end, you actually get a second box, and you take the vials in exactly the other way. So you go 6, building up back to the 200. And then DesBio even has additional series kits where there are 1M dilutions and then 10M dilutions, and there's 10 of those in each box. And what you do is you take one a week for 10 weeks until you've gone through that whole box. And when you build up to the highest possible dilution, you are theoretically immune to the germ that you're treating. Now, before I go into the breakthrough thing that I want to talk to you about today, which is actually based on H. pylori, Helicobacter pylori, which is the germ that is known to infect your duodenum and your stomach and cause ulcer disease. It has been found that H. pylori somehow cross-reacts with whatever germ infects blood cells and causes blood cell diseases, like things that affect your lymphocytes and your platelets. Theoretically, all the way from different platelet disorders like ITP to leukemia type problems. Now, the thing I want to talk about first is germs themselves. I always ask all of my new patients when they come in with chronic infections, did you ever wonder why God gave us little bugs to live inside of us? When we were created by the great Creator, we were not given all of the enzyme systems that we need to totally digest our food. And as a result, we wouldn't be able to digest food and we would die. So a grand scheme answer that came from the grand Creator was to create mammals living with little bugs that live inside of our bodies, our gastrointestinal tract, inside of our blood, inside of our cells. And all of us know that if you take antibiotics, you have to put the good germs back in in the form of acidophilus. Well, those are the little bugs that I'm talking about. When we take antibiotics, we theoretically kill the good germs that live inside of us, and then it's rumored that we end up getting yeast problems. Well, theoretically, when you kill the good germs, you're not really killing them, but you are upsetting the terrain of the body so that the good germs morph and become the bad germs. In other words, we grow our own infections. We grow viruses, then bacteria, and ultimately full-blown fungus. And by the time we are growing full-blown fungus inside of our bodies, the immune system kicks in and tries to kill them, and it's the debris from that war that goes on immunologically inside of our body that causes all of our chronic degenerative diseases like arthritis and hardening of the arteries, and at the ultimate horrible level, cancer. So the thing that would be nice to do would be to turn off the immune system's bad response to the germs that we grew ourselves. And in the case we're talking about today with blood disease, it turns out that the germ Helicobacter pylori seems to not only infect the stomach and cause ulcer disease, but it sets up the autoimmune type reaction that triggers blood cells to have their horrible blood cell diseases. It was found, actually, this discovery was made by a good friend of mine whose name is Dr. Abram Burr, A. Burr, MD, MDH, over in Scottsdale, Arizona. And he found that he had a patient who had a horrible platelet disorder, and when he did his testing with the electrodermal testing equipment that he uses, which is very similar to the one that I use, found out that the patient had an immune reaction against H. pylori. So the medicine that he used to treat it was a Desbio H. pylori series kit. And lo and behold, after he gave them 2 boxes, he gave this one patient 2 boxes of the H. pylori vials, and the patient drank them every 3rd day, the patient ended up getting over this platelet problem, which a regular doctor would have said was a spontaneous remission. But in fact, if you believe in the autoimmune healing quality of homeopathic dilutional medicine, it makes total sense that this is entirely possible. Now, this is akin to the same type of discovery that Dr. Samuel Hahnemann made at the time when they found out that when you treat a patient for cowpox, you immunize them against smallpox, and that when you drink the diluted bark of the cinchona tree diluted, that you end up fighting the reaction that goes against malaria. Well, in this particular case, using the series kit against H. pylori, this patient's blood disease went away. And I've been recommending to patients, and I've been testing ever since I heard this about a month ago, that patients who have these kind of disorders get a positive response. Their blood numbers get better when you take the H. pylori series kit. So it is something to consider and be worth trying. Now, as I said, there are other series kits. This one is H. pylori. This one is Coxsackie, which is a horrible virus that causes chronic colds and allergies in people. This is Epstein-Barr virus, which causes chronic mononucleosis. This is Condylomata series kit, which causes warts. It treats warts. This is herpes simplex for people who have chronic cold sores. There's also a herpes zoster kit for people who have chronic shingles and the pain that goes along with them. I've had a run of those patients recently. This is Mycobacterium, which is a Mycobacterium TB for patients who have the reactions against the TB in their system. Brucella is a germ that actually causes abortions in cows, and it turns out the cross reaction against Brucella is the treatment of fibromyalgia type problems. I mean, this is amazing. People with fibromyalgia, when they react against this and then take a Brucella series therapy kit, their fibromyalgia pains seem to go away.